What's up, Sunbros? Back here in Firelink Shrine, more Dark Souls 3. We're about to head down to the Smouldering Lake, but I thought I'd show what because we got the Soul of the Demon and we got the Soul of High Lord Wolnir. So Wolnir gives Wolnir's Holy Sword as one item, which allows you to cast Wrath of the Gods, which is pretty badass. It's actually a miracle, I believe. It's a spell you can get, but it's just built into this sword. And as you can see from the item description, it's a pretty cool weapon. Also from the Soul of the Demon that we killed, we'll be able to get the Demon's Great Axe if we wanted to. Those stat requirements are a little outside of what we're going for, so we're probably not going to do that. Also the Demon's Fist, which is a weapon you just put on your hand, and it's pretty cool. I've seen it before, but again, I don't know if that's something we're gonna grab. But more importantly, we actually never used the Soul of the Blood Wolf, and as you can see, both these weapons. This is probably one of the toughest souls to kind of choose which you want, because the Wolf's Knight Greatsword here is an awesome weapon, and as it says, it's even more punishing against creatures of the Abyss. So creatures of the Abyss will get hit pretty hard by this thing, and the skill set on it is a sweet, like if you remember when we were fighting the Abyss Watchers, they had kind of a low sweeping attack. You get that. You also get like a somersault forward leap, as it says. You basically do a front flip and then pancake with the sword and just smash down on stuff. The Farron Greatsword, is also pretty sweet. It allows you to have the dagger in your left and the sword in your right. The dagger can be used to parry, actually, while you have your weapon out, so you don't need a shield in order to parry. And it's definitely pretty cool. And as you can see, like, one's 20 dex and one's 24 strength. So we're going to be going for the dex here, because I am stacking dex further now. Like, I got to the minimum requirement of 24 for that Exile curved greatsword. We're probably going to leave strength there, at least for a good portion here, and I'll show you how I had leveled up. But yeah, we're going to take this Farron Greatsword. We're also going to grab Havel's Ring off the Soul of the Stray Demon, this is an awesome item. It's going to increase our maximum equip load, and that's going to be really crucial going forward. Pretty much spent all of our souls there on that.
Treat the Firekeeper not with discourtesy. She is much like thee, prisoners both, kept to link the fire.
Well, I'll treat her good. Don't you worry. She my bae. So yeah, we're going to actually... what do we want to take off? That boosts our dex, and it gives us 3. So if you can see my stats on the right, I've got 30 dexterity, so I planned on keeping this ring on, at least for the time being, so I put my dexterity when I just spent my souls up to 27, because I knew this would give me the final 3 to push me to 30 dex. Leave strength at 24. I actually put 1 point into faith, so that I've got 10 faith and 10 intelligence, which I believe is the requirement for a pyromancy or spell that I'm going to be using here. We've got the Silver Serpent Ring, yielding more souls when enemies fall, boosting our stamina recovery, boost our attack when HP is full. So not really sure. I guess could take off the covetous Silver Serpent Ring to put on Havel's Ring, and you can see, like, when I put this on, it's going to give us up to 65.5 equip load in the top right from the 57 that we currently have. So that's huge. That's going to allow us to equip heavier armors and use a heavier weapon without having to downgrade our armor. So I don't really want to remove any of the other rings, so I guess for now we'll put Havel's on, and I'm going to put my Fallen Knight armor back on. So as you can see, we're only at 60% even with this greatsword equipped. Now we are going to go over that limit if we put our Exile Greatsword back on. We're going to stay under it with the Farron Greatsword, so I'll show you this. So this is the Farron Greatsword. Huge reach, pretty standard move set for the ultra great sword, but you can see as we're two-handing it, and that move is sweet. That's your L1 or left bumper right there. And if you combo it with this, so it actually is a pretty cool move set. Yeah, this thing's badass. So I've only actually ever used the I've only actually ever used the other weapon of this. And then as you can see, when I use my L2, it's not going to use any FP, but it allows me to parry with this. Yeah, that's a badass combo right there. So we're going to actually come and talk to our boy here.
What is good, wasn't he?
Gonna look at reinforcing this thing. So that's actually gonna use scales, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough. I do really like the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, but given just how neat the moveset is on this, I probably will end up putting some scales into it. I haven't really chose a weapon to put Twinkling Titanite into quite yet. I only need one more large Titanite shard to be able to upgrade my Exile Greatsword to a +5, which will make a big difference. We could look at infusing one of these weapons. Maybe the Exile Greatsword. I might end up going refined on it. We'll see. Anyway,
Prithee, be careful.
I'm going to talk to our buddy here. See if I have any soul items. I should, yeah. Got a few. That should be enough. We'll talk to him.
The iron.
So we'll look to learn pyromancies. Okay, so that's what we're going to want, and I was correct. It is 10-10 for the required attributes. So I had 10 intelligence. I started with 9 and 9, so really not that bad to have to just put 1 point into each. You're really not having to spend a ton to be able to access this spell. And being able to reinforce your weapon with flame is obviously a good damage boost, and really a good damage boost against enemies that are particularly sensitive to flame. However, it does cost 10,000 souls. We don't have enough for that right now. So we're not going to grab that.
Do not be gone for long.
Not yet, anyway. And I think we're also not going to be using this weapon right away, as cool as it is, simply because... Let's just look here at the 3. So I'm way over my equip load, obviously, now, but I'm just looking to compare, so... Oops. Yeah, here we go. 245. So yeah, it's not really as powerful, not as powerful as the Exile Greatsword or the Hollow Slayer Greatsword. However, it is not leveled up. Just for that moveset, I might end up actually dumping points or upgrade materials into it. But for now, we're just gonna stick with the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, because we are just over our weight limit with the Exile Greatsword on, and I want to be able to actually equip properly. So yeah, not sure how far we're gonna make it into Not sure how far we're gonna make it into the Smouldering Lake area here. There's definitely at least one boss in here. Well, two technically, if you count this gigantic worm that you're gonna see come out here in a minute. Now there's a way to cheese this guy, which I am going to try and do. So you can hear that noise. There's a gigantic, what's that, I believe a crossbow? Arbalest, yeah, see up there? It's pivoting and shooting toward me. So that thing will actively shoot at you as you maneuver throughout this area. But we're going to use that to our advantage, because you're about to see this guy come up here. I'm actually going to run past him. Try to anyway. If I can. Oh boy, I gotta run around the other way. So yeah, we're gonna sprint around him. Not gonna pick up anything yet. I'm gonna get behind him here. And I'm getting hit by the arrows from a distance, but so is he. So we're gonna actually hide, I believe it's this rock right here. Yeah. And the arrows cannot hit us, but they are damaging the worm, as you can see. So we're gonna sit right here and let that giant bow keep firing and do no damage to us, and basically kick the shit out of this worm. Cheesy, yes, but From Software doesn't do things by accident. There's a reason why this rock is right here, and why the creature is able to be damaged by the bow. And he's down. Now that I see that undead bone shard, I remember that we never did use our undead bone shards there. So we're gonna run. Cool. Oh man, that hurts. He's reloaded. Now there is a way to shut that arbalest off. Shield of Want. So the Shield of Want is cool because it's much like the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. It's actually going to allow us to get more souls when we get souls from anything. So this is a boss. Again, as I said, this whole area is optional. You could not find it. You could just simply continue on without even knowing it existed. Grab this right here. And we're gonna rest just to get back those flasks. And you might have noticed, but only at our Firelink Shrine bonfire can we do things like burn the undead bone shards and attune. Or no, I believe we can attune spells at any bonfire, but we can only burn those. This guy. I forgot about these assholes. Oh. It's a good thing we just got the bonfire right there. Try that again. Do we got our... yeah, that's our fire resist shield. It just... I didn't block properly. was about to say it didn't do anything, but it does do something. It's simply that I didn't utilize it correctly. Get down, buddy. These guys, man. Talk about an annoying enemy. Oh boy. Oh. I'm not doing so well with these guys. Remember how I had said before about the Dark Souls light? This is more real Dark Souls. Here. Stuff that makes you want to throw your controller. But we're not going to do anything so immature as that. Of course not. Never. Pretty much, I want to explore up top here first and foremost. There's probably more guys. Yeah, I was going to say there's another guy to the left here. That was brutal. Oh no, I'm dead. It also doesn't help that we don't know the location of certain enemies so far. And obviously when you're in these more difficult areas, fighting your way back to get your souls is a more serious task. So I wonder. I'm enjoying using this sword, but I do like switching up my weapons, especially if there's a possibility that you're going to. I thought we staggered him last time. Yeah, we did. Oh man. This is why this is not really considered a walkthrough, it's considered more of a let's play, because I'm going to get my ass handed to me at certain parts of the game, and other parts of the game I'm going to breeze through. I think it's pretty subjective. I think it's different for everybody, obviously, when you play. Certain people will say, oh, this boss is super easy, but people struggle hard with them. And then other people will say, like, oh, this guy's really hard, and you will find them easy. And certain builds, obviously, so things like a Pyromancer maybe will have more ease with certain areas and bosses. Man, these guys are rough. But yeah, I mean, particular builds that you may have will be dealing with stuff easier than others. Oh, that was just hasty on my part. That's kind of embarrassing, actually. But that's how the game gets you. You get mad, you've lost your progress, and then you rush back. There we go, just under 70, so I can still roll. Yeah, you rush back, you get impatient, and it punishes you. Oh man. And this is not doing nearly as well as the Hollow Slayer Greatsword was. But at the same time, obviously swinging these in these tight corridors like this, which is why I'd switched to two-handed when I came down here. Swinging vertically in these areas is definitely more helpful. I should not be going and pulling all these guys at once either, obviously. I should be taking them out like this, using my head. And we're hitting that 20-minute mark or so on this video, so I know we didn't make much progress, unfortunately, but we're going to cut this one off and continue right from here at the same spot next video. So yeah, we'll see you then.